Hey, what's going on? Welcome back, Brad Tragic. Here's going to be kind of like just a random talk uh, thing. Basically, it's going to be the 2012, what I think should come of 2012. So, going into, I'll break down the championships. I'll start at the bottom. Going into 2011, let's get the bad out of the way. Let's talk about TNA. Holy God, I don't even know who's in the organization really anymore. I'm getting confused. Who got walked out? Who's still here? Whatever. We got, I believe. I'll just pull it up real quick. I know we do have the Knockouts Championship, the Tag Team Championship, both of them. Not a huge. I will admit, I'm not a huge women's wrestling advocate. So you're never gonna get me here and say, "Oh, that was a really good women's match." So you're not gonna ever get that. You're not gonna get that from me. You're never gonna get that from me. But I will say that right now, the WWE's women's match, every time I turn it on, I'm like, seriously, and I have to turn it. I'd rather see them just do a promo segment than have a match. If they're not going to have a meaningful match, then have a promo segment, and then next week, then the week after, have a match. Seriously, I mean, that's what the way they need to do it. Or have a promo segment on Raw, and then have the match on SmackDown. Or something like that. Use SmackDown as their platform for their women's matches, not Raw. I guess it would be better if they do it on Raw, since SmackDown's shit anyway. You don't want to put all that crap in match. But they usually have a women's match on SmackDown anyway. What I hear. So right now we have, okay, so women's tag team titles are held by Madison Rayne and Gail Kim. Okay, this is what doesn't make any sense to me. And then we go to the Knockouts Championship, which is held by Gail Kim. So this is the same thing that WWE had an issue with back in the day, is that they would put the belt on somebody, and then they would put another belt on the same person. There is no need for that. They've got a lot of superstars there. They need to put the belt on somebody else to help them out. If they're going to do anything, put those belts on the two women that you least, the person that has the less drawing power. Give them the belts. Let them get pushed. Put them in matches. If they cheat, if they're heel, let them cheat. If they're babyface, have them barely win. That's the way. Push them that way. Push them to the moon, baby. That's Dusty Rhodes would say. And then you get Gail Kim, just came back. The Knockout Championship is really, really horrible lately, because they keep swapping the belts back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It don't even mean anything anymore to me. They keep mentioning, it's like, oh, well, they have good storylines, but they keep taking the belt. Here you go. No, here you go. No, are you leaving for WWE? No, here you go. You just came in from WWE. Here you go. And everybody that comes from WWE get the women's championship automatically? Is that in the contract? Seriously, back in the day, only a few people would get the title. You wouldn't see, half the roster wouldn't even get a title. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, if I remember correctly, did not get a belt until, 1997? 1998? How long has he been in wrestling? Probably for a long time, longer than I remember. But in WWE, I believe he came into WWE around the mid-80s. Or a little bit later, 89, 88, 87. And he didn't get a belt until 1998. Nowadays, if Hacksaw Duggan would have came in, he would have got it 2 months down the road. As popular as he was back then, and he's really popular compared to these guys they got now. If Hacksaw Jim Duggan was around today, if he would have started wrestling in 2010, he would be the world fucking champion. The way the wrestling is now, we have nobody. Alright, they got these titles all fucked up on this website. But anyway, I'll jump to the television title. I'll go in order of, Then we got Robbie E as television championship. I don't think I need to say what the television championship is worth in TNA because it's not worth shit. They don't do anything with it. And this is the main thing that I want to put out there, is that when WCW had their television championship, it was defended on every single Nitro. And sometimes Thunder, I believe. I could be wrong, but they defended that title very, very frequently. Even on like Worldwide and stuff like that, the championship would be defended. It was huge. Z-Man had the belt. It was big. When Austin, Stunning Steve Austin, held the belt, people respected that championship. Now you get in TNA, and it's like, oh, well, let's give it to the joke guy. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, they haven't swapped the titles that much. I mean, the television title, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you swap titles, it's nothing really big for the TV title. But, you know, at some point, you know, I mean, they gave Eric Young the title for a long while. I mean, he had it for like 3 or 4 months. But he didn't really wrestle. He didn't really defend it very much. If he did, it was like a joke when he was defending it. So they just need to, if they're going to put the belt on Robbie E, just get him out there wrestling. Get him out there wrestling, for God's sakes. And have him win a few matches. Put the belt over, would you? You know, just make it a legitimate title, because right now it's just really stupid. Basically defended every freaking Impact. And it wouldn't be a joke title anymore. Straight up. Then we go to Austin Aries X Division Championship. This year, just like all the other TNA belts, no belt is going to be worth anything if you keep tossing it around like hot potato. And that's what they're doing in TNA this year. The only titles that have really not been tossed around is the Tag Team Championship, and which it has been. But that's the thing that TNA has a problem with, is that they keep playing hot potato with the belts. And it's really hurting the product when they do that. I mean, it really does. So we got Austin Aries as X Division Championship. I really liked Austin Aries when he was there before. They dropped the ball the first time. They're doing a really good job this time. So hopefully they keep it up, keep him on the roster. Really good. They have Brian Kendrick. I don't know what happened with him, but we haven't seen him lately. I don't know if he's heading back to WWE or just took a break off. I'm not sure. But it's good that they're getting more people in the X Division scene. Giving maybe Kendrick a break, and then giving Sorensen a chance, and there was a couple other guys I think should have had more of a chance. A lot of people were bitching about Kid Cash being in the scene. He is older. He is buff, though. He could probably be doing other divisions. He don't need to be doing X Division anymore. As buff as he is, he probably could put him in the tag team division with somebody. I know somebody that comes to mind is Devon. Put him with Devon. Would actually be a pretty good tag team, probably. If you put Kid Cash and Devon together, be actually a pretty good team. I mean, Devon's good being heel. They're trying him as babyface right now, and I really don't know if it's gonna work. The only thing that I'm weary about with saying something about that, I'm gonna go off on a rant, say something about Bully Ray, is I don't know how they could turn Bully Ray in the character that he's got babyface. The only thing they could say is to drop the Bully name and just call him Ray. If they turn him babyface, that's the only thing in the character that he's developing right now. Is I don't know if they could ever turn him babyface. That's the problem that I'm having thinking about that. Devon, and he can go both ways, but he's basically going to be a tweener, if he's babyface, like he is right now. In the retarded storyline he's got going on. Anyway, I will say at least it's a storyline. And then we go to the Tag Team Championships. I guess Matt Morgan and Crimson, like I said, I blinked for a moment, and the tag titles get toss, catch, got him. You're the new champions. The fuck? These guys should not even have the tag team belts. They should be in a major storyline separately. You don't put these two big guys. It's just pure wrestling knowledge. And these writers nowadays, they are horrible. You don't put two big guys in a feud unless they're gonna have a knockout, drag out feud. That's basically the gist of it. You don't do that. I mean, when we seen Kevin Nash and Undertaker, Undertaker can make it interesting. You put Kevin Nash and Batista. Was that match even interesting? Or was it Kevin Nash and Triple H? Triple H ain't really a big guy, but he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that match, I mean, I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about like Bad Blood, like the last time Nash was in WWE. It was not good. What I heard, it was not that great. It was okay, but it wasn't that great. And it's just, you get two big guys together, it's really hard to pull off a good match. Most of the time, it comes out looking like shit. And I don't know, like they need to keep. They put Matt Morgan like, oh well, you're gonna have a feud with Crimson, and now they slapped them together like 4 months later after they had that feud, and it's like the writers don't understand nowadays is that wrestling fans remember. We remember really, really well, of what happened. I ran a raid on TNA. I made a whole fucking video of TNA. Holy shit! Is it possible? Anyway, just talking about what should come of it. But yeah, they just need to, basically the whole thing is stop playing hot potato with the belts this year. TNA needs to get back on track. Stop doing that. The WWE's real bad on it too, but they're really, really bad. World champ Bobby Roode. Whoever would have thought at the end of 2011 we would say TNA champion is Bobby Roode. That's one thing that's really good is they gave James Storm the belt for a brief time and Bobby Roode the belt. But to be honest, I really think they should have played off of the whole James Storm and Bobby Roode thing. They had James Storm, come in maybe to help Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode is basically punching him, knocking him out, and saying, I don't need your help, and then he turns around and cheats to win the world championship. That's the way they should have did it. Booked it correctly, and then had a feud with them, and then had him, getting a feud with James Storm, basically someone coming in and trying to get a rematch. And then they could have had a whole feud going on while he was trying to face, the other champions, and he would cheat to win, against the champions. That's what, should have been done. Now, there's nothing wrong with a cheating champion. It makes the championship, scene really, really interesting, to say the least. Yeah, world title scenes have been pretty chaotic this year in 2011. A lot of champions. Sting held the belt for the majority. Good God, give him a rest, TNA. Seriously, just put him doing something else. You don't have to put the strap on Sting. He don't need it. He's over. For God's sakes, he's been over. It's just ridiculous. Like these old people. He will be soon. Put the strap on him in. Here comes Sting in a wheelchair. He's still a credible world champion. No, he's not. No, he's not, sir. Matt Morgan would probably kick his ass in real life. But anyway, yeah. We've seen Sting. Less Sting as a world champion in 2012, please. Hogan, hopefully he's not in a wrestling capacity anymore. I think he's done with wrestling anyway. Him and Flair, hopefully. Ain't nothing like some saggy Ric Flair boobies to get your mind racing. Woo! Flap, flap, flap. Anyway, let's talk about the guys who. Take a look at the roster real quick. Abyss, holy shit, done nothing with him this year. Horrible. What they done with him. Rumors of him taking off his mask. God, I hope not. God, that ruins people's characters horribly. AJ Styles, started to kind of push him back in the main event scene. Pretty interesting. I could say, if they give him a world title run in 2012, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what he can do in the limelight. The TNA's like popular. Let's see what people think of him now, because I bet a lot of people have not seen what he can do now. And if the video ends, I apologize, but I think it might let me go past 15 this time. If it doesn't, then so yeah, a lot of great wrestlers this year need to be done with. A lot with. and we're going past 15. Yeah, okay. I never know when YouTube's going to go past 15, but anyway. But looking at the people that Gunner had an amazing year, and then wow, wow, what the fuck was that? They give Gunner a big push, and then what the hell, TNA? You're like pushing him, beat Rob Van Dam, I don't know who he beat, but he beat like 3 or 4 main eventers, and it's like, really? That's all you're gonna do, and then you take him off TV. Was he injured? What happened? It's like keep pushing and then pushing and then pushing, and then take him off TV. I don't get it. I don't understand. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. They should have really pushed him, gave him an opportunity. Jeff Hardy, do I really need to talk about that? Well, he's back. He's going to be in the main event, probably at Genesis. Well, he is going to be in the main event at Genesis. I don't know. Things could be said about Jeff Hardy, good and bad. Good thing is he is in wrestling. He evidently is enjoying wrestling again. So glad that he is there. Another good face in TNA that has been helping them. Kind of missed the 2010 TNA era, so I probably want to go back and watch some of those pay-per-views and see what exactly happened. With him, what they call him. I don't know what they call it, the enigmatic Jeff Hardy, and had the big immortal belt, whatever. Missed that whole era, so I need to go back and watch that. But I think he had a pretty good, Victory Road. Don't. Yeah, we'll bring that up. There's a lot of guys here that Alex Shelley, Anthony Nese. We got Christopher Daniel, Chris Sabin. Hopefully, will come back soon. D'Angelo De Niro is coming up. You see him, getting his coming up as how do you say it on there? You say that. Like I said, James Storm is in the main event now. Jesse Sorensen coming up in the X Division. Kazarian, who knows what the fuck he's doing. They push him to main event status, and they don't do shit with him. Put him in a program with somebody, and I haven't even seen him lately now. Mr. Anderson, where the hell is he at? Yeah, a lot of guys. Samoa Joe. Thema Ion, a really good talent too, just came in. Samoa Joe, God, man, let's have a Samoa Joe run this year. That would really be amazing to have Samoa Joe have his run in TNA this year. Basically, let him and Styles run 2011. That's what I think they should really have happen this year, is to have AJ Styles and Samoa Joe run the company this year. It'd be really, really awesome to see that. I think just for once, we need to have maybe something go on in the mid card and have all the big main eventer stars like Jeff Hardy, Jeff Jarrett's gonna come back eventually. Have Jeff Jarrett, have some sort of feud. Maybe Jarrett come in and start talking over these guys to build a faction, and then maybe have somebody else like Jeff Hardy building up a faction. Bring back Immortal and bring all these other guys, or Fortune. Have Fortune happen, but AJ Styles not involved because or have him be involved. And make it kind of be a part about the world title, but not. Maybe have Samoa Joe, nothing to do with that faction that Jarrett's in, something like that. I mean, I think they just need to give the main eventers, the big guys that's been around for a long time, have them have a little something like that going on this year. Give them a break. Let Joe and AJ and James Storm and Bobby Roode, let the guys that's been around, TNA, or have the respect, TNA old time fans. Let them do that. Let us get back their fan base. And in the process, I think we'll gain a lot more fans. But I don't really know what else to talk about. Just 2012 really needs, because 2011, it's got to be one of the worst years for TNA. So definitely want to check out. Definitely they want to do something with that this year. This TNA's need to get back on track, or they're gonna be on the Vince McMahon really soon. So yeah, love you TNA, but you got it. It's really boring to watch your programs now. Yeah, I keep recording them every week, but I just delete them off my DVR because I know it's not worth it. I started watching it and it was like, nope, another boring week. New announcers too, for God's sake. I love you, Taz, but fuck him. Bring Don West back. Seriously. Don West ain't doing shit back there selling merchandise. Fucking let Taz do it this year. Let's see what they say about the announcers this year. I guarantee it'll be a lot better with Don West. And I was a big advocate of getting somebody else in there too. And then we get Taz in there with Mike Tenay. I'm like, oh, this will be really good. No. What happened, Taz? You were a great announcer in WWE, and then you come to TNA, and they're like, Anyway, this has been Brad Tragic. This has been your, well, I was going to do a split review, but evidently I'm going to do a separate review. The Future 2012. The Future 2012 TNA. I can't even say it. You know what I'm talking about. TNA 2012. What's coming? Yeah, there we go. The video. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked what I said. If not, comment down below. If you think I was bullshitting about something, or I was wrong about something, tell me. Tell me. I'll respond back. I'll fight with you.